Right, well, there's my food for tonight. This is a proper little feast, this, like. Well, hi everybody and welcome back to LUNDY'S Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. What a beautiful day I've picked to come out camping. The winds have calmed right down, so I thought, right, let's get into the old woodland next to a fallen tree and we'll have the night there. Now I'm thinking about making a small lean-to shelter, just a little tiny one, not for standing up in anything, up against this tree. Obviously using the root end as well as part of the side wall and bring it along to about here, and then just enough room for us to lie and have it coming over and to sit under with a nice small fire in front. The ground's perfect for it. Check the trees in front and everything are okay. There's nothing untoward with them, and there's lots of nice bits of building material in here to make a small shelter. There's a lot of leaves just behind the camera underneath there as well, so I'll be to cover the roof with all them. But if I want to leave it up and use it as an extra little small camp, I might head back up to the main camp and get a bit of tarpaulin to put on the top of the roof just to make it watertight, and then cover it up with loads of leaves and that. That's my plan of action in any rate. So I'm going to get this chest rig off, get this jacket off, because the weather has turned really nice. I actually turned up about an hour ago, but I've been speaking to one of the old gentlemen that works on the property, and he's actually one of the deer stalkers as well, so we've had about an hour of conversation. Absolutely fantastic to speak to him. You'll not be watching the videos, but if you are, mate, it was really good time here. And he says that he's been in and seen the shelters and things and then likes them, so I've told him he can use them anytime he wants. And we're possibly going to look at doing a bit of deer stalking with him in the future if our paths both meet up and we can be here at the same time as what he goes out early in the morning. So that's something to look forward to if we can get it planned. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, get this gear off, because I am boiling. It's like a proper hot summer's day. There's no wind as well, which is perfect. But I have noticed the midge are out, so I have bought a midgey repellent thing because I knew where I was coming, because it is a little bit damp in here. But anyway, waffle, let's get sorted. First of all, get the jacket off, get some fluids down my neck, and then we'll go source some materials and start getting a little bit of a lean-to shelter built. Is it going to be a survival shelter, or is it just a little lean-to shelter? I do not know yet. See you in a bit. Right, well, that's me sorted. Had a nice big drink of water, so we're just going to crack on. Obviously, it's a beautiful day. I've just been having a quick scope around, and I've already found a lot of my build material I'm going to need just to make the main frame for the shelter. So that's happy days. But before I start doing any building whatsoever or collecting anything, I need to get my gloves out, and I need to get a spade out that I've brought. This is the, which one's this again? This is the Condor spade, really good. I'll get my knife out as well, and that's all I'm going to need for now. And we're going to check the ground where I'm going to be laying, make sure there's no big massive roots sticking out through the ground, any like branches or new grown shoots or anything. Get it all nice and level and get it clear of anything that can damage or make it uncomfortable for us for lying on. All right, so yeah, I've got a couple of decent spades. This is the Condor one, and then I've got another one which is absolutely brilliant as well, but this is just ideal for fitting in the pack. It's got a nice bit of a rough edge in there for getting away roots, and it's really handy for just like chopping stuff and that. It's quite sharpish. It needs a little bit of tender loving care, like I've neglected it for a while. But we'll just leave the cover down there and the knife down there for now. Now we'll just have a look at this ground, see what we're dealing with. So this is the area where I roughly want to be lying. All right, so I'm just going to clear away all these dead leaves and all the little branches and things, and have a look underneath and see what we've got. It's not too boggy or anything at all. Like, it's quite reasonable. It feels firmish. All right, sometimes it's easier just to get your hands in there, and obviously all the greenage will be getting shown. And obviously what we're going to do is I'm just going to get rid of all these little bits sticking out. There's some nice bits of dry grass on the back of there as well, so I'll utilise some of that as well for fire starting later on today. So, but yeah, it doesn't need to be a big massive space. It's just somewhere where I'm going to lie underneath. Obviously get rid of like branches and things, and just make sure there's nothing actually physically sticking out the ground. That's your main priority before you start building anything. All right. Few little nettles and that there. Let's get rid of them. I went and buried my spade. I think we're nearly there. Alright, see, with a branch underneath. Let's chop that off. Yeah, we're looking good. Now I could make a bit of a little raised bed here, just so it's a platform off the ground about that high. It doesn't need to be massive like the other beds. But I think I'm just gonna stick with putting a ground sheet on the ground. So what time is it now? It's now 12:15. I think we've got roughly until about 7:15 before it starts getting dark. But yeah, that's looking like a reasonable length. Put my head over that area, be sweet. So that there will be where my head then will probably go, and then lie down here. Perfect. Right then, just put my spade up there, get my German army ground sheet out. So I'm not going to lie down on the wet ground. It's a bit damp there, but not mega. I'll be sound as a pound by the time I get this down. And obviously it's a little bit clotty as well, but it looks reasonably flat, so that's happy days. And obviously this mat's a lot longer than where I am, so that'll be roughly where my sleeping area is. Always test the ground before lying down, so you know it's nice and flat, or as flat as can be. Oh hey, that's a nice view looking up. Pity there's going to be a roof over my head, but there's plenty of times for just bivvy tarping, bivvy camping I mean. But yeah, perfect. That's a reasonable height, so by the time the roof slopes up, obviously it'll come up at a bit of an angle more than what I've just done there, so I can actually sit with my back up against there. I've got my little blowy up chair, so basically I'll be just sat like this with my chair. I'll leave my air mat and that to lastminute.com, and a nice little fire just roughly where yous are tonight. Perfectamundo. Couldn't have asked for anything better, to be quite honest. I'm happy. So you can see we've got loads of nice bits of willow here. This one here is probably going to be ideal for making a ridge pole with at the front. It's not too thick and heavy, but it's nice, long, and it's quite straight as well. But I'm going to take this one down as well, and the one next to it. And yeah, so, and I've just noticed this as well. There's a nice bit of dead standing wood here, leant up. It's all snapped off at the top. It's probably pushed down as well. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, that's going to go that. Must be a nice bit of wood for the night. There we go. Perfect. Lovely, lovely nice bit of wood for firewood already. Brilliant. Right, let's get cutting some wood. There's loads of it all over the place, like, so move a couple of sticks out the way. Cut this at a bit of an angle, and what will happen is it'll stop the water. So I've cut it at an angle going down over, so when it rains and water lands on it, if it's straight it'll kill it off, but if it's at an angle the water will run off, and this will allow this. Next year that'll start shooting, and it'll grow 2 parts or 3 parts out of there, okay, and it'll be good to go. Right. I'm going to leave this one at the back. I'm just going to take this one. This one looks like it's nearly dead on the top of it, but I'll leave that one as well. That's it, my saw will get into it. I forgot to bring my little Silky to do all this work. So having a bow saw trying to get in is a bit of a nightmare, like. Nearly there. That's it. Happy days. Right, I'll see you back at the shelter area when I get a bit more cut. Right, well, as you can see, I've been cutting a few bits, and I've got myself a couple here that I've got a couple of decent Ys on as well, and these will be ideal for me in my 2 front uprights. So the ones I've just dragged in, I've got a couple of decent Ys on, good enough for what I need. The ground's reasonably soft, so hopefully I'll be able to just push them in. And the thinner ones there are going to be for some slats on the roof itself, and obviously the other bits and pieces. I'm not too bothered about high walls up on the side, to be quite honest. Just need a roof. I've got a wall on the root end in any weight, and I'll leave that bit open for now, and we'll see what's happening. Now, if you think I'm looking a bit weird, it's because I've got my microphone on my head, because every time I've got it on here it rustles like mad, and it just spoils the audio. Okay, so let's get you settled. We'll have a quick look at these bits of wood that I've got here. So this one here has got a perfect Y on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the branches off. There's quite a few brambles and things around here, so I've just got to be aware where I'm walking, because I've just nearly went also over tip before. So I'm just going to cut these so they've got a good height on them for now. And don't worry everybody, all the little bits and pieces will be getting put to one side and getting used. There's one upright. Obviously it's not going to be that long, I'll cut it to size, and that's all my bits and pieces which will get used for weaving onto the actual roof. And then we've got this bit here, which is perfect. Get that little branch there. I'll cut these about there. Right, so that's my 2 uprights done, and then this bit here is going to be my cross beam. It's a reasonable thickness, and it's the most straightest one I've got. I'm not going to cut any more wood down now until I've used every bit up that I've got here. Okay, so the next thing is to get the axe out size everything up first, cut them to size, and then start making a point on one of the ends and then get it stuck into the ground. So as you can see, I'm just plodding that into the ground. The ground's reasonably soft here and anyway, I'm just hoping it doesn't get waterlogged, but it's going to be okay. So basically, if I've got that on there and I've got my stick coming up to here, because we don't want a massive height, about that'll do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the stick upside down because I know it's going to go in the edge, so the top half is there, and then I'm going to measure roughly to where I need to cut it, which is there. So I want it to stick in the ground about so much, so that's how you work out how much you're going to cut off. So I'm going to have a good 6 inches stuck into the ground. Oh, matron. Okay, and then obviously the V will come up, and then I'll measure my other stick so it's exactly the same height as this one, and there before I stick this in the ground, and then I'll put them up. So using the tree that's provided to make a bench, I'm going to cut this at an angle so it makes it easier for making a point on. Yeah, so if you know that you're going to cut a point on the end, and anyway, you're best off just cutting it at an angle, and then your point's already started. Alright, so if you can see, the edge is looking like that on the main part. I'm just going to keep that to one side because that'll come in handy for something. And then I've got this axe. I've never used it for ages. It's from Bushcraft. I got a new like blade cover done by my mate Chris, the Northumbrian. So what I'm going to do is try not to take any of the length off it. Just make a point. Okay, so that'll be alright for getting in the ground. Maybe just need a little bit more off. It's a bit square, isn't it? Axe is lovely and sharp, like. Happy days. So there we go, that'll do. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this other axe, other bit of wood, put the V to it so I know exactly where it's going, measure it up. So it's exactly the same length, put it where the pole's going to go, and that's it there. Same again. Cut it in an angle. That should really stick in the ground as it is, really. You know what I mean? You don't really need to put a point on, to be honest. But anyway, let's get all these branches off and then we'll get these stuck into the ground. So obviously I want my shelter to be as close to this edge as possible. It doesn't have to be right up against it. Okay, I'm not going to make like walls or anything on it. But I want to have enough room where I'm lying under and I can sit under it as well. If I have the slats coming over the roof and they go right over the edge and up against there, this will probably make a great place to lean up against, up on the side of the root as well. So I want to be roughly about that. We don't want to have it too big. And obviously me V needs to be open access, so it's going that way. All right, and I'm just going to, there's no need to bang them in. Yeah, so I need to cover my length plus a little bit extra. So that'll be there. Roughly there. So let's measure it. Where'd I lie? About there. Yeah. Same again. One step. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're probably out of camera shot now, by the way. And then I'm just going to dig that into the ground. Yeah, I'm going to have one lower than the other. So my head's going to be at this end, so I'm going to put this end a little bit lower. Okay, so what happens is if there's any runoff of water, it'll run off and down to the feet end, not the head end as well. Right, so I've got the bit that I'm going to use as a ridge pole. It's quite wonky here, all right, and it's quite thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to this part here. Just cut that off, and that can go down there next to me bits and pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand it up over, obviously it's like a little bit of a tree, so it's my height, yeah. And then I'm going to go arm length stretch up, and then I'm going to bring it down, and that's where I'm going to cut it. So I know it's definitely going to cover my body and have a little bit extra to play with. So it's roughly just where that joint is there. Okay, and this bit can get discarded for now until later on. And then we've got a post. Now we can see where we've actually put what slats. So there you go, there's my ridge pole up. And as you can see, it's a little bit longer than what it needs to be. Okay, so that's perfect. Now, what I might do actually is take it all out and move it a little bit further up to the left-hand side. So it just gets a little bit closer to that mound. All right, and then it should be perfect. There's a lot of colours, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colours, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colours, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open. Well, there you have it. There's the roof slats all done now. All I've got to do now is get the really little tiny little skinny branches and weave some in. I might do, I might not. I think I might do a couple of lines going across, like, just to make it that bit more secure. But we'll just walk you around. As you can see, all the ends are coming over like the tops, apart from this. This is my old Y stick that I had on that end. It's split when I pushed on it. So I'll put a fresh one in. I'll explain the little bit going off as well at the end there. And I've made sure they're all coming over. Now there's some coming next to branches, so just to keep it a bit more secure, I've done one Canadian jam knot there, and there. All right, I'm going to leave these branches up in any rate. Let's have a walk around. As you can see, there's a bit of a pool of water underneath there, so somewhere to get washed in the morning. So as you can see, this is the actual shelter here now. So I've got little bits hanging over, but that's no bother. Now this bit here, when I had this, obviously it had no stability. It was quite shaky, but now I've added a stick going from this bit of root to my actual shelter. And as you can see, it's not that solid that way, but it's sideways. It was rocking back and forwards. So I just put that on as a brace, and that's worked fine. By the time I put some more little slats going crossways and then get a tarp on it, what I'll do is I'll tie the tarp down, and then I'll start collecting loads of leaves in my green bag I've got over there. Sorry, I've got my finger all over the place, haven't I? So what I'll do is I'll, like I said, I'll put some little slats on the top, go and get some tarp from up at camp. Camp's about 500-600 meters away, if possibly a little bit longer. I've still got all these little branches, and that's what I'm going to do with these now, all these little sticks and everything. I'm just going to take them off, and I'm going to cut them off, put a pile there, and I'm just going to weave them in and out of there, so it'll be fine. And what I'll do is it'll make these a lot sturdier. They'll not be flipping up like this. That one's quite okay. I've done a double Canadian jam knot on each one. I could possibly hire another slat there, like, just to make it that bit better. I think I actually will, because that's quite a big gap compared to the others. So yeah, I'll get one more slat going down that centre part, and then we'll start weaving the stuff.
Yesterday there was sun.
Right, well, I've been up to camp, I've brought down a bit of tarp. I think I've cut more than what I need, but I'm thinking if I do want to extend the shelter at any time, I'm just going to extend it as a slope, so there'll be a room there just to slide bergen in. It doesn't need to be a big long roof on it at all, so I'm going to leave a little bit of extra to hang all the way along that edge so it can come down to the ground. I've got a couple of slats there, so I might even do them before I attach this tarp. And I have brought down a bergen that I keep at camp for when I'm going around and chopping wood up, and I put it in the bergen and carry it back to camp. I've brought some down that I've went and chopped up the last time I was here, about a fortnight ago. Okay, just in case anybody's saying, look at him, he's cheating. He's already got wood chopped up at another location in a different camp and he's bringing it down to this one. Well, I chopped it. It's my firewood. So it's going to get burnt tonight. But anyway, some black builder's tarp, giving off their decker chairs, mate. It's coming in handy all the time, this stuff, mate. But I think I've definitely cut off more than what I need. But when I was cutting it, I did notice that there's a little matron, a little glory hole, as what Chris would say. But that can go right at the back and at the bottom of the shelter. All right. Now it's definitely way too much, but whatever I've got left, I'll use it. I could use it as a ground sheet, to be quite honest, while I'm here, and then take it back up to camp later on tomorrow, because I'm going up to camp tomorrow anyway. But actually, it's looking like it might just be a tiny little bit too much. This is great tarp. It's heavy duty. All right. Obviously, it hasn't got any tie outs on it or anything. It's just going to be weighed down as best I can. So yeah, I think I've cut the right width. This length here is the permanent length of this. I've just cut a width of it, roughly to what it's going to cover on there. So that's happy days. And then I've got enough there to slope down. So actually it might be just the right size. So that's it there. Now I'm going to struggle getting it on there. And I think what I'm going to do is, I'll just bring this over. I've added another slat. Okay. Now you did see a little bit of a time lapse. I will leave the footage on. I've done a little bit of a time lapse where I was weaving some branches in. But to be honest, I don't think it needs it, so I've took them out. It was just spoiling it, and it was making it lumpy, bumpy and everything. Obviously, I've got a little bit of a thing about things being right. But what I have done is, you look at the back, I've put a post on the top of the tree, and it's went over the top of some, and then I've tied it on. And what that's doing, it's keeping all these these slats all tied down, except for this one. But it's not going to go anywhere. It's all right, solid. Well, solid as it can be. I think the tie outs are a little bit crap, like, so I might redo them off camera. But let's get this tarp up and me stop waffling. And then once I've got it up, I was going to tell you, I put another slat here just so it gives that more room there, because I was just thinking, if I don't put a bit of tarp there, the water's just going to come in anyway. So I'll put the tarp, wrap it around there, and then pull it along, and then that'll be it. Waffle as I do. I love it. I'm keeping the cat. So what I've done is, I've went and put a tiny little hole in with my knife, put the cordage through and tied a Canadian jam knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've done 3 down this. As you can see, I've added 3 posts to there to make a bit of a slant, and that'll give us room to put my bergen and everything. Now if I wanted to, I could block this end off as well and make that a proper little cubby hole, but I'll just leave it as it is for now. This end here is basically just wrapped around at the moment. I don't I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to get some more cordage out of my bag. Now, when I did come out, I was just going to do a tarp and bivvy camp, but I decided when I got here to build a shelter. Well, I decided the other day that I was going to build a shelter, but I still brought my tarp and that out just in case. But I'm glad I have. But yeah, the midge are out in force. Like, it's starting to cool down a little bit now. Times are ticking. Like, it's 3:30 already. I haven't even had a break yet. I enjoy doing this. It's tiring at times when you're doing graft constantly when you're out, but me personally, I get a buzz off it. I love it, and I love sharing it with you as well. I just hope you enjoy watching this. This is what I like doing the most, is building little shelters. Now, I don't want to be having shelters all over the place, all right? Because we've already got a small little village going on in the other woods, but this is just going to be a little escape for me. Obviously, I think the midges are going to be a nightmare in here in the summer, but that's what nets are for, you know. And can't just come out camping, not come out camping just because there's midges flying around. Right, I know I'm waffling loads because my mouth is getting tacky and dry and I need a drink. Can't wait for Jack Daniels later on the night. But anyway, waffle, waffle. See you later.
I'll let you go, just need some time. At your own pace, you need to find your way.
Right, well, as you would have seen, I put a couple of bags on by time lapse. That's if it's any good. I've been put 2 bags on, and then what I've done is I put loads of branches and that on, and then I've been putting loads more leaves on top of it as well. I found a couple of dead bits of like log, so I've just put them at the bottom there just to weigh that down a bit. And then I'm going to get loads of little sticks, laying them all the way down the back, and then hide loads of leaves on top of them as well. And then obviously the side part there as well, that'll be getting done exactly the same. All right, so it's not looking too bad. So from a distance you'll probably not even notice it, apart from that little bit of shiny part there, like, but I'll get rid of that as well. So there you go, I'm about the same distance away as I was the last time, about 20 feet. And it's hard to see, isn't it, apart from that shiny part. So once I get that done, it'll be happy days like. Right, well, I am absolutely knackered, everybody. That was hard work, that. I was struggling to scrape them all together using my hands and that. The leaves, sorry, I was scraping the leaves with my hands. So I decided to go up to camp, and I went and brought down a rake that we've got there for cleaning the area and that. And that made life so much easier. And then when I finished doing all the leaves on top of the shelter, I thought, why am I stuffing them into a stuff sack when I've got an army tarp in the Bergen? Because that's how I was going to camp. I could have laid that out on the ground and got absolutely tons on there, rather than stuffing stuff in for ages. But anyway, I'll just have a little bit of footage up now of the state of the shelter now. It's looking really good. The sides, the back, there's absolutely tons of leaves on there and bits of stick and everything. Obviously through the days, the weeks and the months, it will blow off and things, and then the tarp will be seen. It's just a case of keep on topping it up every now and again when I'm using it. But obviously you can't get away from the edges. All right, you are going to see a little bit of tarp unless I start like spray painting it or whatever. I'm just talking crap now, like. But I think putting a couple of rails across the front and then up over, that'll hide the ridge part. But you know, it's either here or there. I might hide loads of sticks down that part there and just block that area off when I put my Bergen in. But yeah, I'm absolutely knackered now. The time is, my God, it's 5:20 at night. I've still got firewood to get. I've still got a fire pit to do. And then obviously getting all my kit out and getting set up and getting everything laid out ready to go. So that's what I'm going to be doing, because I've got kit everywhere. So I'm going to have the fire round about where that clump of grass is there. Possibly a little bit further back actually. And yeah, I'll make a reasonable size pit. It doesn't mean I'm going to have a humongous fire though. All right, because I think it's quite warm at the moment. I know it's going to get cooler later on tonight, and I'll be sitting around chilling and possibly falling asleep because I am absolutely knackered. That's hard work, that, building a shelter from scratch. These are the type of shelters I used to build years ago, not big massive ones where you got beds and everything in, just little survival shelter type ones like this. But I wouldn't say that's a survival shelter. It's actually not a survival shelter because it's got a big massive open front. If I was building a survival shelter, I would have a tiny little triangle, and then where I could just about squeeze into, and then I would have absolutely the most huge pile of debris on top of it to keep that heat in, and obviously on the ground as well. So this isn't a survival shelter, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a bushcraft shelter, and not even a bushcraft shelter, it's just a shelter using some natural materials with a bit of plastic, all right, for a roof. Now, I know there's people out there going to say, oh, he's using plastic. That's not a proper bushcraft shelter. But I'm sorry, get with the ages. Get with the times, I mean. Get with the times. All right, this is going to be a permanent shelter. Because nobody's going to find it. It's camoed. See you later.
We got your soul.
Right, well, there you go. There's the fire pit done. And what I've done is I've used all the soil from inside to make a little bit of a wall at the back. Not really that great, but it's better than out. And then I've took loads of soil, spread it all around the edges just to stop it from any grass getting burnt. And it just makes it a bit more safer. That's big enough and deep enough for what I need. And as you can see, it's beautiful soil, that. I tell you what, there was no rocks, roots or anything in there. Be perfect for growing potatoes. Paddy, if you're watching. Hey, potato. And anyway, aye. So that's that done. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some firewood prepped. I'll probably drag loads of bits that's fallen all over the place and just drag it here. I'll not bring you along for that. I might bring you along for a bit of sawing of wood and things like that, because I know there's some people out there that like it, and there's some people that think, oh, that's boring. You know what I mean? Sometimes if someone does a long period of just cutting wood, I normally fast forward it, to be quite honest. But if you want to fast forward it, feel free. It's up to you. It's you that are watching it, not me. All right, let us know in the comments what you think. All right, and if you're new to the channel, if you're enjoying this, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and do leave a comment. You've got to get it in, haven't you? Well, looks like I'm getting some company coming up. All the cows are walking up the field. They normally walk up to the fence line to where our main camp is, and shit everywhere, like. But joys of sharing land with animals, eh? Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm thirsty. I'll see you in a little while. Crocodile. Adios.
Blue moon, kind of mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you?
Right, well, it's 7:20 at night. It's starting to get a little bit darker now. Mozzies everywhere still. But I'm still quite warmish. I can feel a little bit of a chill in the air, but I've been busy. I've been busy doing a review, actually, on the worst air pump I've ever had in my life. All right, the video might hit the channel, it might not. We'll have a look a bit later on. A quick look, and anyway. But anyway, sleeping system on the ground. Obviously, I've got a little bit of black tarp left, so I've got that on the ground because it's a little bit dampish. And then I've got the German elephant ground sheet. On top of that, I've got my Thermarest fold up mat. I didn't even know what it's proper. It's like concertina mat. It's there just to protect me me air mat really, and also gives you a little bit more insulation. So I'm in the Snug Pack Special Forces bivvy bag tonight, which has got a top zip, and I'm actually testing out the Snug Pack Special Forces summer sleeping bag. I think it goes down to 0. Sorry, it goes a comfort rating of 5 degrees. I think it's going to get down to about 3 degrees a night, but I've got a body warmer and things like that if I get cold through the night. But I'm quite a hot sleeper anyway, so I don't think so. On top of there, underneath there, sorry, we've got the Flex Tail Gear light pillow. I love this pillow, it's absolutely fantastic. And the main thing I like about it is you can take the cover off and wash it when it gets dirty and smelly. Underneath that, I've got the Nemo Tensor regular mummy air mat, which fits in here perfect. This sleeping system fits into the Snug Pack Special Forces sleeping bag perfect, and still gives me plenty of room to move around. Any of the big thick sleeping bags, then you're starting to get a little bit squashed in there. But this is the perfect setup for me. This is my summer setup for when I go bivvy camping. Okay, and like I say, I've got the Flex Tail Gear mat underneath me legs here, the black mat, as you can see. I've got it just folded in half. It just stops us on all the mud, as you can see on my knees. I've still got a few more bits and pieces to do. I need to get a bit of cordage and just make a bit of a loop somewhere so I can hang a light up underneath the shelter, and just sort out my kit, get me Bergen stored away at the bottom of the shelter, get me food out, me cooking stuff out. And when I've done that, hopefully I should be starting to get the fire on and get a Jack Daniels. I love drinking water, I've got to hydrate, but I'm looking forward to a Jack Daniels. Well, there's the owl playing out. While I'm talking to you, I'm just going to put a few more bigger sticks on the fire. Get it spread out a little bit. Now I'll get in my nice comfy chair, which it is canny comfy. I tell you what though, it's a muddy little area down there. We're time for a Jack Daniels. I've been looking forward to this all day. I'm actually tired, I've never stopped grafting all day, but it's been very, very enjoyable. I'll let to put all my fire kit away later on when I'm finished speaking to you. Oh, make sure there's no floaties. Oh, there we're gone. 1 JD's. I'll keep an eye on my fire, make sure it goes properly. Oh, I can smell the Jack Daniels. This is just the normal Jack Daniels I've got tonight. I was going to bring some fire one, but... Right, well, cheers everybody. Thank you for watching this video so far. I hope it's been entertaining for you and you've enjoyed it. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Oh, hey, I know I say it every time, like, but that is nectar of the gods, that, like. Yeah, so I've got down the bottom there, I've got all my Bergen and everything packed in there, my tools and everything, just in case I need them. And I've got another light down the bottom. I've got the Flex Tail Gear light up here for the mozzies, but they've gone now and anyway, plus the smoke will scare them off. But yeah, plenty of room. Got my bag of electrics. I've got a new torch in here I'm going to be playing with tonight as well. I've been getting sent loads of kit lately, and I've been knocking back loads of kit as well. This here, I just didn't like the pump at all. I don't like it. They sent us a shower as well. The shower's canny. I like the shower, but I didn't like that pump, and I've let it known. I've given you my reasons why on the review. I think I've been a little bit harsh on it, like, but I've got to be truthful. But I'm not going to go on about it anymore. In this little bag here, I've got lots of lovely little goodies. Obviously, I've got all my my cleaning stuff and everything, because I've just whacked everything in there. I hope I haven't crushed all my bits of meat and all that. I've got some nice bacon, black pudding, couple of little fillet things. I've got all sorts. We'll see later on. So I'll be cooking that. I'm going to have a meat feast. And then I've went and brought out me grill, me pot hanger, and the frying pan thing. And I've got me plate, me knife, fork and spoon, everything in there. TJ Metals, I think that's who it is. If I can find a link for them, I'll put them in. And the kit that you get from them is amazing. I've bought it all myself, by the way. Haven't been given it, bought it myself because it's that good. And I haven't been using it for a long time, so I'm going to start using it for little camps like this. Lovely. Perfect. Time to start getting me cooking equipment out. So this is a bag, a canvas bag by TGM Metalworks, and inside of here I've got a few little items that I got from them. Well, I didn't get them from them, I bought them. GoPro's playing up, it's just switched off, so I've just changed the angle a little bit. So I've got a metal pole here that you just stick into the ground, okay, until you get it nice and firm. And then I've got a grill, which is good. So like I was saying, the camera's just turned off again, so it's got like a pot hook as well. All right, and then I bought an additional bit, which is like a hot plate for doing like frying eggs and bits and pieces on. So I'm going to put this one on as well. I don't need the pot. I'm not boiling any water, and I'm not putting any pots on at all. And I'll tell you what, that heat of the fire is unreal. And I'm just going to leave these on here and let them get some nice bits of heat of them. I just need to take the anchor out. Obviously, hopefully that my camera doesn't keep turning itself off. Sometimes when you put these in, you have to put them in at a bit of an angle, like lean them back over and then get them right in. And then you just have to see if gravity's working for it, because if it doesn't, then what happens is they just start swinging around. Alright, so by the time I'm ready to cook, because I'm going to chill out for another half an hour, they should be nice and warm, and yeah, happy days. And then I'll just
beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, soft touch your hand in mine, gets me every time. Lost in the city lights, our love's electric ride. You make me feel alive. I know July is gone. You make me feel at home in the neon glow. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. Beneath an endless night, the world spins around. You're there, ease my mind. Like stars that never die, you and I will shine during the darkest.
Right, well, there's my food for tonight. This is a proper little feast. This, like, there's that much stuff on here. I haven't got enough room on me plate, but I'm going to take a little taste of each. I've just had a spark jump up and went right in the corner of my eye, and it's really sore. At any rate, I'm going to take a little bit of each bit. Obviously, I'm going to just cut that sausage there because it's hanging over the edge. I've already had a little bit of this, like, oh, I'll tell you what. Oh. Oh. Sorry about that. That was just too much. I haven't put any seasons on anything. Alright, I'm going to put some on after I've done this bit. I'll put some, what do you call it on? This is the burger. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty lovely, that. Okay. A little bit of egg. Egg is egg. Let's try a bit of that bacon. Tell you what, let's just pick the whole lot up there. Tell you what, my eye's really hurting, like. There. Oh. That's unsmoked bacon, and it's really bloody nice. So under here, we'll have the chop. I'm just going to take a little bit of it off. Oh, that's lovely and pink in the middle. I don't think the camera will pick it up, like, because I'm too far away. Everything so far is perfect. Huh. Now, I'm really looking forward to this black pudding. Oh, hey. Oh, it smells lovely. Oh yeah, that's really nice. That, like, I'll have another bit of that now. Oh, that's one of the nicest black puddings I've had for a long time. The food's that nice. I'm getting a runny nose and everything. It's really warm. That fire is absolutely scorching. I'll tell you what, my eye is really sore. So, I'm going to get a little bit of tomato, a bit of black pudding, and a bit of bacon, or a bit of sausage. Let's have a look and see what the mushrooms turned out like. It looks really good, even though I do say so myself. I tell you what, it's a lovely mild night tonight, like. That fire is great though. It's just at the right distance away. Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll bring you back later on, and I'll let you know whether I've demolished the lot. I was going to bring some beans. I'm glad I didn't. There just isn't enough room on the plate. Unbelievable. I absolutely love this. Oh. There. That bacon's amazing. That's one of the nicest bacons. When you buy bacon from a supermarket, it shrivels up. You get loads of water, loads of white stuff coming off it. That one there didn't shrivel up at all. It didn't have loads of water coming out of it, loads of white stuff appearing in the frying pan part. It was just perfect. It stayed exactly the way it was when it was cooking. But this burger is really thick, tender. You know what it is? I've got ketchup down there. I'm not even going to use it. or salt or anything, because all these flavours of all these different meats and all that are absolutely fantastic. This whole meal, not including the eggs, because I brought them from home. I think I paid £1 for the tomato and the mushroom, if that. I paid £12 for all the meat substance that's on here. Substance, is that right? All the meat stuff that's on here, I paid £12 for. Well worth it. Definitely worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. And anyway, I'm just going to keep praising and praising and praising this, but I love it. Right, I don't know if I'm going to record anymore. I've waffled too much today. I'm just going to sit back, relax, play some tunes, eat all this, and I'll let you know in the morning if I'd managed it. I think I will, like, because I've had nothing to eat since 7 o'clock this morning. But this sausage, oh, I could just sit and talk about this food all day. It's absolutely great. I love it. Right, well, good morning everybody. As you can see, I've still got my body warmer and everything on. The only thing I took off last night was my trousers. But as I'm lying here, I can see the sun rising. Let's have a quick look. It's coming through the trees down the bottom there. So that's happy days. Like, get to see the sunrise from here. Perfect mondo, that, like. Absolutely perfect mondo. Right, and anyway, last night I burnt absolutely tons of wood, as you can see. The only bits I've got left is a few bits that I brought from camp. So, but yeah, after falling asleep for a bit in front of the fire after eating that meal, which was bloody lovely, like, I'm glad I didn't put any seasoning or anything on them, because the flavours were just bloody lovely. I think out of all of it, my favourite two things. What was my favourite two things out of all that food? I think the Cumberland sausage and the black pudding were my two favourite, but everything was really nice. You can not tell a difference when you go to a butcher's and get fresh meat rather than buying supermarket meat. So yeah, definitely well worth the £12 that, like. But anyway, last night, as you can see, I left my body warmer on and my green top. I feel a little bit sweaty, to be quite honest. It is a little bit chilly now, but yeah, I was comfy. The only thing that was uncomfortable was my feet. I felt like my feet were getting squashed off me Bergen being down there. So maybe I should have extended it a little bit longer, but I have moved away from the top a tiny bit because I've got stuff behind us as well. So if I didn't have them there and put them in my Bergen, it would be ideal. But I felt like I was sliding a little bit, to be quite honest. But what a cracking night I had last night. I really enjoyed just sitting under here next to the fire. I think I might move the fire pit a little bit closer, like. I might. I'll see how it goes. I'll definitely be using this shelter quite a lot. I really enjoyed being here. Once the midges were gone, that was it. It was great. But perfect. Lots of firewood nearby as well, so easy. Happy days. Nice hardwood as well. Decent stuff. Oh, yeah. But I'm going to give myself a half an hour or so. Then I'm going to get my arse out this scratcher and get a cup of tea on the go. Pack away all the unessential kit, like my sleeping system and everything. And then I might do a little bit wood prep for the next time I come. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, I need to go down and recce again where I've been down next to the river. And I just work out an area for to have a camp down there as well. I don't want to keep coming here and keep going to the Bushcraft camp, the big shelter. I want to do different things this summer.
Obviously I'll be hitting the hills as well in the next month. So yeah, I love the Cheviots, like, but I didn't like it in the winter. I kind of see the point in sitting in a tent for 15 hours a night when it's freezing cold and pitch black. You can't really do much apart from waffle, which I do a lot in the yarn anyway, which I'm doing now. Right, well, that's me just about packed up and ready to go. I've got a couple of little tasks to do up at the main camp, take some bits and pieces up there, and yeah, my SIM card's nearly full, so that means only one thing to me. I've done far too much waffling on this video, so there'll be a lot of editing to do. Mind, I have done 3 videos for different bits of kit reviews, so keep an eye out for them coming out throughout the weeks. And one of them is quite a negative one, to be honest, but I've got to be true and honest. And anyway, I'm not going to waffle on about that. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope users have enjoyed watching it as well. And I love building little shelters like this. Fantastic. This is what I used to do years ago. Go around building little things until I started building camps. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Obviously, it's not for the faint-hearted. If you've got like a dodgy back and dodgy legs and things, sitting on the floor isn't really a thing, you know. But I enjoy it. It's, if you've got the right seat, it's perfect. And this seat that I bought is absolutely perfect. All right, nice blowy up ones, nice and comfortable, and it keeps your bum warm. But I'm going to put some water on that fire, pack all the ground sheets in that away. As you can see, I'm just about packed up now. That sun is amazing today. I wish I could just sit here and chill all day. It'd be brilliant. But I haven't got much SIM card left in any weight, so I better say ta-ra now before I waffle on too much. Right? Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully I'll be out with Roney. See you later.